Hey, what's up everyone? It's Eric here from Guy and Kicks bringing you another video. And in today's video, man, I am super excited because it's on one of my favorite Air Jordans ever. Actually, one of my favorite sneakers ever. So I'm very excited to talk about this shoe today. And before I start, I just want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to anybody who's new to the channel and is just watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please feel free to do so. Hit the like button, man, and comment below. You know, that definitely helps the channel grow, so I appreciate that. So without further ado, today's video is on the Air Jordan Retro 4 in the fire red colorway. All right guys, so just a little bit of information on this shoe. This is obviously an early look. The official release date will be on November 28th, 2020. I actually bought this shoe through StockX and paid a little bit over retail because I just wanted to get my hands on this shoe as soon as possible. And I didn't want to take a chance on the official release and take an L there and then prices spike and then I will have to pay more for this shoe because I just really wanted to get this shoe no matter what. So I went ahead, you know, the prices were relatively low in the last week or so. So I just went ahead and bought it on StockX. So this shoe is gonna retail for $200. And obviously anytime we get the Nike Air on the back, we're gonna pay an extra few bucks for it. But I'm okay with that. I'd rather have the Nike Air on the back. Not that the Jordan logo is a total bummer, but at least for me, I'd rather have the Nike Air logo on the heel. So just a little bit of history on this shoe. It released in 1989. For a retail price of $110, and it was designed by Tinker Hatfield. One of the few things that this shoe added to the whole Jordan brand was that it was the first Jordan sneaker to have a worldwide release. It was the first Jordan sneaker to have mesh materials on the upper and also these wings here for additional support. The Retro 4 Jordan also started the flight concept as well. So jumping into the materials, we're all very familiar with the Retro 4 concept and the whole materials and things like that. So this was no different. Starting with the inside, you're gonna find that fire red color in the sock lining of the shoe, Nike Air logo on the insoles of the shoe. Behind the tongue, you're gonna find the upside down Air Jordan. On the front part of the tongue, you're gonna find a Jumpman Flight patch. The tongue is made out of the leather material. Most of the upper of the shoe is the white leather. As you transition to the toe box area, obviously you'll find the white laces. You'll find the mesh material on the tongue area and also on the side panel. Even though you can't really tell as much like some other sneakers that have mesh, this is mesh material and it was intended for it to be more breathable. If you look at the Retro 3, 2, and 1, those Jordans didn't have any type of mesh material. So Tinker wanted to add some mesh material just to allow it a little bit more breathability on the Air Jordan 4. As you move over to the lateral side of the shoe is where you're gonna notice the wing concept. And again, that was intended just to add a little bit more support and stability. Another cool little detail that these wings added was to be able to sort of customize the way you lace up your shoes. It has a whole bunch of different loops, so you're able to tie your shoes a whole bunch of different ways. The midsole and outsole are made out of rubber material. You're gonna find some red, white, black, and gray on the heel and front part of the shoe. As you move over to the heel parts where you're gonna find the Nike Air logo, the heel tab is made out of that same rubber material that the wings are made out of. On the medial side, very similar to the lateral side, not much difference there. Also on the midsole, you're gonna find the air cushioning unit. And finally on the outsole, as you can see here, you have red, white, and gray, and the Nike logo around the mid part of the outsole. All right guys, so like I said at the beginning of this video, you know, the Retro 4 Fire Red is one of my favorite sneakers ever. I just love the color blocking on this shoe, and I just love the whole aesthetics of this shoe. It just looks so clean, obviously retro inspired. Obviously you have that 90s vibe going here, but it just, you know, it for me personally is just, you know, checks so many boxes that you know, it's one of my favorite shoes. So when the Air Jordan 4 released in 1989, the original colorways was the fire red, the bread, the cement, and the military blue. I've seen some rumors and speculations that both the military blue and the cement will come out next year, so keeping my fingers crossed on that because that would be pretty dope. And if I can get those two colorways, that sort of completes that you know, original Retro 4 collection they originally released. The leather material here on the 2020 version is actually pretty good. It's not as good as the metallic purple that came out earlier this year. You know, the leather that they used on that was so good. And that video was actually hoping that the newer version of the Fire Red would have those same materials that the metallic purple did, but unfortunately that didn't happen. But the leather on this version, you know, it is pretty good and is still an upgrade from previous Fire Reds in the past. I also like that the Nike Air hang tag is similar to the original release back in 1989. In terms of comfort, you know, it is a retro Jordan, so you already know it's not gonna feel super comfortable, but overall it's not bad. You do have enough width, so you have wide feet. You know, it may not feel as uncomfortable. You know, it is a little bit heavy, it is bulky, but overall, you know, I think it's fine for it to be a retro Jordan. In terms of sizing, I always go true to size with retro Jordans. I'm a size 10. This is a size 10, so I would probably suggest just sticking to true to size. So one of the things that I don't like from the Retro 4 Fire Red is some of the materials that they use. So I'm not a fan of the rubber wings because over time they do tend to crack and fall off. Similar with the midsole, the black and white paint does crack over time, especially the more you wear the shoe, it will crack. So a little bit of advice is to maybe purchase one of those you know, touch up paint brushes or something like that, where you can sort of touch it up every time you see a crack on the midsole, because if not, it's gonna look like this. Let me show you. So yeah, so I've shown this shoe in one of my previous videos. I think it was the Retro 4 metallic purple video, and I'll put a link to that here. So as you can see here, this shoe, the paint was pretty bad, like the black paint here on the midsole and the white paint here. So I decided to, you know, buy some paint, touch it up myself, do a little bit, you know, do it yourself project. And before I started painting them, I wanted to wash them because they were beat up. So I put them in the washer, and that was the biggest mistake that I made. So, you know, the wings fell apart. I mean, it was terrible. You know, I tried gluing it, I tried putting it together as much as I could, but still, it keeps falling apart. So, you know, just so you know, probably don't put them in the washer, number one. Don't do that. If you need to buy a little bit of paint just to touch them up over time, just do that. So as you can see here, guys, you have the box here with the Jumpman logo, Flight logo there. Here you have the official sticker, the official color. The only thing that changed from the breads that came out last year is that the hole here is a little bit different from that box. But other than that, it's, you know, the same. You got the cement print here on the side. You know, one little cool detail with the paper. I mean, it's not a big deal, but I'll just show it off. You know, it has the cement print here on the paper, and that's basically it. All right, guys, so let me show you how they look on feet.
Perfect.
So yeah, guys, so hopefully this video was able to show you a detailed look of the Retro 4 and the Fire Red colorway. If you haven't subscribed yet, definitely hit that subscribe button, hit the notification button so you don't miss any of my videos. Hit the like button too, that goes a long way. And like always, I'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.